Hello, Dental A Team listeners. This is Kiera Dent, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for being part of my Dental A Team family. I seriously love doing this podcast. I thought I was going to hate it, and I love it. I love it so much because I get to connect with you. I get to hear how this podcast is helping you and your practice be better. So if you have loved this podcast and you are willing to share, I would greatly appreciate if you'll share with your friends, if you'll leave us a review, if you'll give us 5 stars, anything you can do. Just like you guys grow your practices, we're trying to grow this podcast to positively impact the world of dental. This is how we get to grow our Dental A Team family. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoy the show. Hey everyone, welcome to the Dental A Team podcast. We're your hosts, Kiera Dent
and Dr. Mark Costas.
Mark and I had this crazy idea that maybe we could combine a dentist and a team member's perspective because let's face it, dentistry can be a challenging profession with those two perspectives. And Dental A Team podcast was created.
I'm a practicing dentist, a multiple practice owner, a dental performance coach, and the founder of the Dental Success Institute.
I've been a dental assistant, treatment coordinator, scheduler, biller, office manager, current practice owner, and international dental consultant. Mark and I don't just understand you, we are you.
Our goal is to positively impact the world of dentistry by sharing our lessons learned from the road in hundreds of dental offices.
2 perspectives, 1 mission, to help dental professionals reach their full potential. Welcome to the Dental A Team podcast. Hello, Dental A Team listeners. This is Kiera, and I am on my way to an airport right now. Yep, don't worry. I'm supposed to be there at 5:15. Definitely rolling in at 5:30. No big deal. But today, I wanted to talk about something that's been on my mind. A lot of you are popping onto this podcast. Who knows if you've gone back and listened to all the episodes. I'll be honest, when I join a podcast, I just start where they are. And so I was thinking about it today, and it was scary. Like at the very beginning of this podcast, I decided to do a podcast called This Is Us, Real and Raw. And I shared my story. But I wanted to do a quick little recap for you guys because I think sometimes we compare ourselves to somebody who's a better version and they're further along the path than we are. And I do not like setting false expectations or beating yourselves up when it's not a realistic thing to do. So a lot of you think like, wow, Kiera, and I've had people tell me this. So this isn't just me like sitting in my own world thinking this. But I had a lot of people tell me like, Kiera, you were a dental assistant. Now you own dental practices. You own a nationwide consulting company. Like that's impressive. And I'm like, well, you guys are super nice and I appreciate it, but I'm not going to diminish myself. I do think it's impressive. I'm very proud of myself and I'm super grateful and humbled because honestly, I didn't get here by chance. I got here by a lot of amazing people really growing me, elevating me, giving me tons of opportunities that I never would have received. But I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I think for all of you, no matter where you are, it's a piece called hunger and knowing that you're made for more. So Mark Costas put it some way, and honestly, Jason told me the other day, like, I am the most miserable person, which is fine. Keep me humble. It's really good. But he was like, Kiera, isn't it so exhausting to always be pushing yourself for more? Always be saying, like, it's not good enough. Always be, like, pushing. And I was like, yes, it is. But I am very satisfied at being discontent. I'm happily discontent. I have no desire to get placated. And, there's definitely some traffic up here, guys. Welcome to my life. I'm driving, so don't worry about it. But I don't want to get comfortable. I want to keep that hunger alive to keep pushing myself to do more. I believe that all of us are made for more. Wherever you are, I believe that you're made for more, and not in an exhausting pattern of there's no way that I could ever reach it or that I'm going to tear myself down for this or any of those things. I just believe that we have a greater purpose. I believe that all of us can be a better version of ourselves. I can work out more than I'm currently doing. I could do more. I'm not going to kill myself over it, and I'm not going to make my life atrocious. But what I am going to do is I'm going to have that hunger, and I'm never going to let that hunger die. Because I believe that when you're hungry, and that can be in any aspect. For me, I knew I wanted to own a dental practice. That has been on my vision board, and then shoot, I hit that goal really early in my life, and I was like, I don't know what to do with my life. So I had to dream bigger. But that hunger inside of me was like, I'm not just going to sit here and be satiated and plateau. Instead, I'm going to go after the next best thing. If you have mastered dentrix or open dental, push yourself. There's something more you can learn. There was an office the other day, and they're like, well, we've tried that. And I was like, yeah, but you're a new team today than you were a year ago when you were trying that. Push yourself. Get hungry. I think the number one trait that I've had through all of it is I've got hunger, and I would say that I'm very resourceful. I don't give up very easily. So if you tell me no, brill. Tell me no all day long. Tell me I can't do this, and I will find a way to do it, because I'm so determined that, like, no. Jason told me in pharmacy school that we couldn't travel. Oh, sir, I will seriously go and wash windows. I will do the nastiest holistic dog food business that I ever had in my entire life. It was disgusting, guys. It was like dead of summer in Arizona, 120 degrees, and I'm carrying around these raw cases of meat. It was disgusting. It was so gross. I loved the girl I was working for, but I did not have a passion and love for organic, wholesome dog food. That was not my passion. But I wanted to travel. So I had a hunger that I would do whatever it took to get there. I rented out my house on Airbnb for the Super Bowl. I washed windows with my friend, because no way would you tell me that I can't travel because, oh no, we're in pharmacy school. I wasn't going to go in debt. I was going to find a way to do this. So with that, I also knew I wanted to own a practice. I had no idea how. And there's a vicious cycle that we can get stuck in. I'm guilty of it, so don't think I'm above this or I've mastered it. I keep working on it. It's called the tyranny of how. Meaning, I know where I want to go, and I've got this hunger, but I'm going to get hung up and stop moving with momentum on how. How am I going to do this? How am I going to figure this out? How am I going to not see my family? How am I going to travel the world? How am I going to pay for these bills? How? Guess what? Move. Take action and move. The other day, I was in Canandaigua, New York. Canandaigua is one of the cutest, most charming, elite little towns. Jason Tenori's up there, so like even better, you can go hang out with this incredible doctor. But I was up in Canandaigua. Canandaigua is one of those cute, charming small towns that does not believe in Uber and Lyft, and it has yet to merge over there. So I was sitting in my hotel room, like I landed in Rochester. They're a cute little small town as well, and their airport closes at 11 p.m. Well, I travel well after 11 p.m. most of the time. I'm like a cruise ship in the night, going from office to office. And with this, I definitely I showed up. And so I was like, okay, great. They've got Uber and Lyft around Rochester. I'm going to take it 45 minutes up to Canandaigua, and I'm going to figure it out tomorrow because I don't have a rental car. The rental car place isn't open till Monday. It's Sunday. I don't work until Monday. I'm trying to make my life easier. So, there were a lot of different pieces to that. I was sitting in my hotel room trying to get an Uber or Lyft because one time before I'd gotten an Uber and Lyft. Yes, they were 30 minutes away, but they came and picked me up. So I was working really hard to figure this out. And I was sitting in my hotel room. It took me almost an hour, and there was still no Uber or Lyft. Yes, I felt defeat. I felt like this is so dumb. I'm stuck in this town, which is super cute and charming, but I'm stuck. I don't know how to get a rental car. I was like looking up public transportation. I was looking up so many things, guys. I was like, okay, I could take the bus. I could go and find somebody at church that might take me. Like, I was getting scrappy and resourceful because I believe that that's one of my best skill sets, is to be scrappy and resourceful and find the answer when there's no answer that's present. So what I decided to do is I was like, fine, I'm going to start walking. Because that's something I can do. I'm going to walk to church, and maybe I'll find somebody at church. Maybe I'll find someone along the way. Maybe I'll find a rental car place that is open. I don't really know, but I'm going to start moving, because when I start moving, I know the answer will come to me. I know it will. Sure enough, I went to church. I decided to send out an Uber and Lyft little ping. And guess what happened, guys? No joke. I did not know Uber and Lyft was there. There was one person. I'm not kidding when I say one person who was at there, who happened to get my ping, who happened to pick me up. I don't believe that those things are just happen chance. I don't believe that life just happens. I think that when we start taking massive action and movement, no matter what it is, no matter where we're at, life changes. Life happens. Be hungry. Get moving. try those different pieces, because that's where the magic happens, guys. It doesn't happen while we're sitting in our hotel room hoping for an hour that something will change. It's when we change, we move, we take that direction to create our life instead of just managing it. So for all of you, no, I didn't just wake up and was gifted this life. Some people are so lucky, and I'm super envious and jealous. But at the same time, I've mastered these skills. I have mastered becoming somebody who's scrappy, resourceful, and will find a solution when there is none. Do you know how many times I've been at an airport and it's like, I will certainly miss that flight, and I make it. I just believe that when you're hungry and you're resourceful, you look for it. It doesn't mean that the resources are given to me. I get creative. I find the solution when it doesn't feel like there's any solution. And for all of you, like, back up from where you are today in your dental office. If you're like, I don't know how to solve this, I don't know how. You're getting in that tyranny of how. Start moving. Find something that's going to move you forward. Find some direction that's going to move you forward. Just start moving. Like me on that, like, just start walking. Just start down a path. Now, I tend not to take huge risks, so mine tend not to cost me a lot of money. I think that there's so many options out there that you can do without money. So I usually will brainstorm dump, do a huge sesh on that. But you're made for more. Rise up to that occasion. There's a quote that I love, and it says, life is an occasion, rise to it. Be scrappy, be resourceful. I believe that one of my best skill sets is that I'm hungry and that I'm going to find the solution. So for all of you, people come to me and they're like, Kiera, you were a dental assistant, now you own practices. Yeah, I do, because I set really high goals. I set really high expectations for myself, and then I got scrappy and resourceful. I started networking with people. I started talking to people. I didn't say like, okay, it's in my 10-year plan. I didn't know when it would happen. I just knew I wanted to do that. I didn't know how I would get there. I just knew I wanted to get there. I started working at the dental school. I started networking with people. I had an awesome friend at the dental school that we became great friends over 3 years, who invited me to become a partner with her. That was one of the greatest things that changed my life. She literally changed my life in those instances in way more ways than just one. That person changed me. She gave me an opportunity of a lifetime. Then I decided to start a consulting business. Mark Costas gave me an opportunity of a lifetime. Guys, these things didn't just happen. It wasn't like, hey, Mark Costas, here I am. No, I went and started working with a friend. He was awesome, implemented like a machine. That's all I can attribute that to, is he implemented so well. Mark noticed it, and my friend invited me, and I said yes. I say yes a lot. That's another piece. Say yes as often as possible, even when you don't want to, even when it feels awkward. I hate networking, guys. That's not my thing. I hate going and having awkward conversations with people. But I know that that's where I need to go. So I'm going to push myself, and I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes as often as possible. Proximity is power. Get around this. Call me. I had somebody call me up like, hey, Kiera, I want to pick your brain on how you did it. I was shocked. I was like, high five to you. You're going to get a lot out of life because you went for it. Come find me at events. Email me, text me, call me. I am happy to give you any resource I possibly have. Proximity is power. So in a quick recap, be hungry. Be hungry for the next level. Don't get satisfied with where you are. Like, you can be content, but be content and dissatisfied all at the same time if you can. So be hungry, be resourceful, get scrappy, and it doesn't have to cost money. Find the solution without costing money. The next one I would say, proximity is power. Get around the people of where you want to go. Talk to them, have them mentor you, be around those people. That's why I love being around Mark. I love so many things about Mark Costas. He is such a visionary. He's such a person that just inspires me to be better. He reminds me I'm made for more, but just not business-wise. So be around people that inspire you. Proximity is power. Get around those people, talk to them, get in their circle of influence. You will change. And then the next one is say yes. Say yes as often as possible. Find those ways. And honestly, guys, this is in your dental practice. Look for ways you can be hungrier. Look for ways that you can be scrappy and resourceful, and find the answer when it doesn't feel like there is one. Oh, and a fifth one is don't get stuck in the tyranny of how. You're not going to know how to do everything. Get moving. So it's like, don't get stuck in the tyranny of how, and get moving. That's my motivational speech for you guys. But motivation only goes so far. You've got to take action. I want to influence you. I want to inspire you, and I want you to move. You're going to find that amazing whatever you want. But get moving. It's crazy cool when you start moving and you start acting. And I say, like, when you're in the mode of transition, when you're in the mode of growth, that's when things happen. When I'm in the mode of brainstorming, some of my best ideas come there. When I'm in the mode of consulting, that's where I'm elevating and I'm testing out all my word ninjaing skills. When I'm in the mode of being a manager and a boss, I'm testing out my leadership skills and I'm trying to be a better leader. So whatever mode you're in, challenge yourself, push yourself, be hungry. Because honestly, guys, without that hunger, it's really hard to get to moving. So As always, guys, thank you so much for listening to the Dental A Team podcast. I cannot wait to hear your stories. Please let me know. Let me know your dreams, your desires, because honestly, until you put it out there and you say it out loud, it's just a dream. So email me. Let me know. Let me know how I can help you, because I believe that as the Dental A Team, we have a massive wealth of people on this podcast that could share best practices, best ideas, and that is coming in 2020. I cannot wait. I've got some mastermind groups that I'm getting ready to launch out for all you team members. It's in the works right now. I've just got to stop traveling as much. So 2020 is the targeted time, because if we can share best practices, let's talk about the power we'll have. So as always, thank you for joining me. Thank you for being part of my Dental A Team family. Thank you for sharing this podcast, leaving us reviews. If you haven't done it, please help us out. Let's positively impact the world of dental together. And I can't wait to catch you next time on the Dental A Team podcast.
And that wraps it up for another episode of the Dental A Team podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you next time.